Hello classmates and future CPAs. In this video, we will discuss the limitations on the power of taxation. Okay? So, there are two limitations of inherent power of taxation, which is the inherent limitation and the constitutional limitation. Diba? Generally, the power to tax is unlimited. But as an exception to the rule, hindi lahat ng power or inherent powers ay absolute. There has to be a limitation or hangganan para maiwasan ang pang-aabuso nito. No? Baka maabuso yung powers. Kaya meron tayong limitations. Okay? Ang kapangyarihan ng gobyerno ay kayang mangwasak, no, nung mga tatamaan nito or its subjects. Mafe-feel mo ang it really hurts. That's why kailangan nating i-filter, okay, limitahan ng taxation power para hindi magsobra ang pondo ng gobyerno na makakasira or makaka-destroy, and hindi rin naman magkukulang ang pondo ng gobyerno. Okay? Para maiwasan ang distraction, may funnel tayo, no? Ang funnel na ito ay ang limitation ng taxation power. Okay? Siya yung imbudo or funnel. Siya yung nag-filter or nagli-limit ng taxation power. Okay? Inherent limitations of taxation power. These limitations or restrictions that spring from its very own power. Okay? While the power of taxation is inherent in sovereignty, there are also limitations or safeguards that emanates from the very nature of taxation. Okay? Pag sinabing inherent, sabi nga ng isang reviewer sa tax, automatic na. Alam na, automatic na limitation siya. Okay? Hindi na kailangang isulat pa sa Constitution or sa iba pang mga laws kasi alam na. Alam mo na dapat, automatic na dapat. Okay? Ganon din sa inherent limitation of taxation power. Okay? Alam na kaagad, hindi na kailangang isulat pa. Sa pagkakabuo pa lang ng power of taxation, may kaakibat na itong inherent limitations. Okay? Or limitasyon. Diba? Let us imagine. Let us imagine ang sun or araw. Diba? The sun represents the power to tax. It can destroy everything because the sun is very powerful. But God inherently knows na hindi kakayanin ng mundo, okay, ang kapangyarihan ng sun o araw, kaya nilimit niya ang kapangyarihan ng araw. Okay, ang tawag sa limitasyon na ito ay ang atmosphere, di ba? Sa Earth, merong atmosphere. Ang atmosphere na ito ay isang limitasyon na alam na niya kaagad na kailangan ng proteksyon ng mundo, 'di ba? Hindi na natin ito ginawa or hindi na to gawa ng tao itong shield na ito. Inherent na 'yan sa pagkabuo ng Earth. Okay? Same din sa taxation power. May limitation 'yan para hindi ma-destroy ang mga tatamaan nito. Ayos? Okay. Now, may mnemonics tayo ng inherent limitations to the taxation power para madaling tandaan. Okay? Ito ang PENTI. Okay? Sa nakikita nyong video, may lumilipad, di ba? Ano itong lumilipad na to? Ang lumilipad na bagay na yan ay tinatawag na PENTI. 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 Okay? Ang PENTI ay ang public purpose, exemption of the government, non-delegation of taxing power, territoriality, and international committee. Okay? Tandaan nyo lang, pag inherent yan or inherent yan pag may PENTI. Diba? Inherent pag may PENTI. Ayos? Okay. Public purpose. For P sa PENTI. Diba? Public purpose. The impelling reason for the imposition must be the welfare of the public in general. Okay? Sa Tagalog, ang kapakanan, proteksyon. Sa Bisaya, ginaampingan ng tao. Sa waray maglalabot haimo. Okay? Sa Latin, hindi ko na alam. Okay? Pero sabi din ng Supreme Court, hindi lang kapakanan, hindi lang proteksyon, ang meaning ng public purpose. Okay? Sabi ng Supreme Court, nung nagkaroon ng kaso ang Planters Products Incorporated versus Fertifil Corporation, sinabi ng Supreme Court na malawak ang public purpose. Okay? Based sa jurisprudence or what the law states, malawak ang interpretasyon ng public purpose. Hindi lang ito related or it does not only pertain to the purpose which are traditionally viewed as essentially governmental functions such as building roads, delivery of basic services, but also includes the purposes designed to promote social justice. Okay, hindi lang ito related sa serbisyo, improvements, sa mga projects ng mga government agencies, kundi kasama dito ang pagkapantay-pantay ng tao or tinatawag din nating social justice. Alam na yan ni government. Pag nasa gobyerno ka, alam na dapat ni government or yung mga government employee, kahit hindi nasabihin, na dapat maglingkod kayo sa bayan or sa sambayan ng Pilipino, di ba? Kasi nandoon kayo sa posisyon in which you are exercising governmental function, so dapat maglingkod kayo sa sambayan ng Pilipino and sa kapwa Pilipino. Ayos? Bawal ang gobyerno na taksan ang sarili niya. Okay? Now, kumuha ka ng piso. Ilagay mo sa kaliwang bulsa. Okay? Sa kaliwa muna and then ilagay mo sa kanan. Ang tanong, nadagdagan ba ang piso mo? Kung from left to right, ay kinuha mo yung piso, inilagay mo from left to right na pocket. Okay? Hindi siya nadadagdagan, di ba? Kasi you cannot tax yourself and then collect it by yourself. Para ka lang humuhugot ng piso tapos inilalagay mo sa other side ng pocket. Okay? Parang walang sense kasi tataksan mo yung sarili mo, 'di ba? Parang tanga lang naman 'yon if gagawin mo 'yon, 'di ba? Tandaan, you can love yourself but you cannot tax yourself. Ito, you can love yourself but you cannot tax yourself. Okay? Sinabi yan ni Justin Bieber, diba? Exception. Meron tayong exception. If yung income from the properties and activities conducted for profit, yun na yung magiging taxable. Okay? Kapag ang income ng properties or activities ay conducted or for proprietary function or for profit, taxable na yon. Okay? Hindi na yon masasama sa exemption from the government. Okay? Next, for the N, non-delegation of taxing power. Hindi mo pwedeng i-exercise or i-exercise ang taxation ng kahit na sinong tao or kahit na sinong entity. Kasi baka abusuhin lang ito. Diba? As a rule, taxing power is exclusively vested or assigned in Congress and it is not delegable. Hindi siya pwedeng i-delegate. This is to ensure the check and balance. Okay? So, taxation or taxation power is legislative in nature. Meaning lang ng legislative, i-exercise yan ni Congress and the Congress only. Diba? Therefore, the Congress lang yung mag-e-exercise nito and hindi yung other branches ng government. Ano yung other branches ng government? Judiciary or executive, bawal. Okay? Bawal silang makialam when it comes to taxation. Tandaan, yung Congress here refers to the House of Representatives and the House of Senate. Okay? Yun yung binubuo ng Congress. Okay? As a rule, bawal makialam yung other branches of the government. Okay? Exception. Kasi every rule has an exception. Under the Constitution, the local government are allowed to exercise the power to tax. Okay? Ang LGU ay pwedeng mag-exercise ng taxation power, meaning ang local government in this case, a city or municipality man yan, ay pwedeng mag-impose ng tax. But, limited lang. Kung ano lang yung binigay ng local government code na mga pwedeng taksan, yun lang yung i-exercise niya. Okay? Kasi gusto lang naman ni government na maka-help sa mga governmental functions and other purpose for the betterment of the local government. Okay? Example, Cebu City, Manila City, City of Makati, City of Taguig, diba? Pwede silang mag-impose ng kanya-kanyang taxation, diba? Nasa government code naman yan, diba? Nasa local government code naman ang mga ito kung ano yung pwedeng i-impose na tax. Okay? Next is under the Tariff and Customs Code. The President is empowered to fix the amount of tariffs. Okay? Or taripa sa Tagalog. Diba? Yung mga custom tariffs or taripa. Ito yung binabayad ng mga exporter para makapag-pasok sila ng mga goods dito sa Philippines. Okay? Pwede yang pakialaman ni President kasi nandun yan sa batas or under the Constitution or the Tariff and Custom Code, Tariff and Customs Code, pwedeng si President yung set ng limit or imposition ng taripa. Okay? Pero yung mga technicalities ay nandun naman sa Tariff and Custom Code. As a general rule lang, the President is empowered to fix the amount of tariffs. Okay? Other cases which are expedient other cases that requires expedient administration and implementation of assessment and collection of taxes. Example, barangay. 'Di ba? Ang barangay may exercise certain power to tax, especially yung mga small businesses na gusto nilang yung barangay is pwedeng mag-impose ng tax dito, 'di ba? Para ma-sustain din yung yung barangay. But limited lang ito, 'di ba? Kung ano lang yung nakalagay din sa Local Government Code of the Philippines, yun lang yung pwedeng i-exercise nila. Okay? Next is territoriality. Territoriality, kagaya ng aso, 'di ba? Kagaya ng aso na iniihian ng kanilang teritoryo, ang tax din ay may teritoryo, 'di ba? Ang bawat bansa ay may teritoryo. Minsan nga pinagmumulan pa ito ng away ng mga bansa or mga tao. Kahit sa mga kapitbahay mo nag-aaway sa lupa kasi teritoryo daw nila 'yon, 'di ba? Thus, the power of taxation is limited only within the boundary of or territory of the state. The state cannot exercise its power of taxation outside its territory. Thus, in order to avoid conflict, ang kapangyarihan ng bansa ay sa kanila lang. Bawal kang makialam sa ibang bansa kasi this is an inherent rule. Hindi na kailangang isulat. Bawal ka talagang makialam. Especially sa hindi mo teritoryo, di ba? Alam na yan dapat. Automatic na yan. Bawal kang makialam. Okay? Exception. Exception in income taxation. Pag resident citizen ka naman or isa kang ordinaryong Pilipino na nagbakasyon lang sa ibang bansa or isa kang domestic corporation na nagkaroon ka ng incidental income sa ibang bansa, these are taxable by the BIR. Pwedeng makialam si BIR doon kasi resident citizen ka naman and domestic corporation. Diba? Nag-discuss na tayo sa taxation rules or imposition ng taxation kung resident citizen or non-resident siya, 'di ba? Same din 'yan sa domestic corporation. Pag domestic corporation ka, taxable ka within and without the Philippines. Okay? Within or outside the Philippines, I mean. In transfer taxation, which is discussed in after the income taxation, resident citizen, non-resident citizen, and resident alien are taxable within and outside the Philippines. Meaning, if meron silang mga properties outside the Philippines, tapos nag-fall sila under sa tatlong category na ito, resident citizen, non-resident citizen, resident alien, they are taxable within and outside the Philippines. Okay? Next, International Committee. Okay? Mabubuo na yung PENTI or PENTI ng mnemonics natin. Last is International Committee. Ang kapangyarihan ng taxation ay pwede lang i-exercise sa Pilipinas. Okay? The power of taxation is imposed only within the state. The state could not tax another sovereign or country under the principles of international law, of which we adhere on it. Diba? So, kagaya ni Donald Trump, hindi siya pwedeng makialam sa Vatican because Vatican is a country, the smallest country. Hindi niya pwedeng pakialaman yung taxation rules ni Vatican kasi dun lang siya dapat sa United States of America makikialam, which is ngayon yung president is si Joe Biden na, di ba? Okay. Pero sa kaiuunlad ng bansa, nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na pagkakaibigan. Okay? Sa ibang bansa, na magkasundo tayo sa usaping buwis or taxation. Ito ay tinatawag na tax treaty or tax agreement between nations. For example, Philippines and China, Philippines and US, Philippines and Russia. Diba? At dito na pumapasok ang double taxation agreements. These are treaties between two or more countries to avoid international double taxation para hindi madoble yung pagtatax mo. Okay? Sa income and property mo, especially outside the Philippines. Dito binibigyang pansin ang mga taxes na natatax ng doble dahil sa conflict ng mga laws or taxation laws sa bawat bansa, di ba? For example, ang president ng Pilipinas ay gumawa ng kasunduan sa ibang presidente ng mga bansa na magkaroon ng settlement sa mga conflicts related to tax, okay? So, for example, ang Pilipinas, ngayon meron silang tax agreement or tax treaty between the United States, okay? Therefore, gagalangin ni Philippines and gagalangin ni United States of America ang tax treaty na ito. Okay? Kung ano man yung nilalaman ng tax treaty na ito, dapat ay galangin ng bawat bansa na pumirma dito. For example, Philippines and then the United States. Okay? Yun yung sinasabi nating tax treaty or taxation agreements. Okay? So, yun po yung 5 inherent limitations. There are 5 inherent limitations on the power of taxation. Ano yung una? Ang una yung public purpose. Pangalawa, exemption to the government. Pangatlo, non-delegation of taxing power. Pang-apat, territoriality principle. Pang-lima, international committee.